about something that nobody warns entrepreneurs about, right? And the loneliness that actually comes with pursuing a vision that other people cannot see. And I'm going to go over 5 different points on how to stay consistent literally when nobody supports your vision. The first point I'm going to go over is going to be, stop expecting people to understand you. Stop expecting literally people to understand the vision that God has already given you. Again, I'm going to repeat that again. God has given to you, not them. So stop expecting that everybody is going to understand what your vision is, the things that you have to do, right? Sometimes the things that you have to stop doing, right? The people that you can't hang out with anymore. Because when God gives you a vision, it's tunnel vision, it's specifically for you. And so you have to maximize that, right? You have to listen to what it is that He's telling you to do in order for you to be great, right? In order for you to be successful. Like, they can't see what God sees. They can't see what God actually showed you. So tip number 1 is to stop expecting people to understand. And that goes for anything in your life. That goes for, friendships, relationships, right? Marriage, parenting, like all of the things, not just business wise, in your personal life too, because what God has showed you is for you. The second thing I'm going to talk about is going to be build belief before results. So a lot of people, we want to start these businesses, small businesses, start from the bottom. We want to create, all of these things. And there's nothing wrong with that. But we want to create it on Monday and then we want results by Monday night. And it does not work that way. Create something, build something, use your gifts, use your expertise, use your purpose. Everything that you have, right? Again, be resourceful with the things that you have, but then you have to allow it to grow. Plant your seeds in the ground, right? Plant multiple seeds, but you still have to water it. You still have to give it sunlight, and then you have to allow it to start growing the roots and growing underground. That is the preparation for the blossom. That is the preparation for the plant or the tree, right? Or the fruit that is actually going to eventually become, which then that's your results, that's your harvest. And then that's when people can start to see, right, what it is that God's doing in your life. But when you are underneath that soil, when you are preparing, when you are literally growing right underneath, nobody can see that. And so they think, oh, okay, it's not working, or they think I'm not getting results, but it's literally just gearing you up, right? Giving you the strength, giving you the confidence to know eventually you're going to reap your harvest, and eventually you're literally going to see the fruits of your labor. Most people quit because they need proof first. Like, oh, this is not working, so it must not be for me, right? And then they quit and they just leave it off the table. But when you are a leader, right, when you are actually entrepreneurs, we act before the proof. Like, we literally just show up, right? We literally just start doing things. We move because we believe it. We believe that things are going to happen. We believe that God's going to give us the, all of the desires of our heart. And so we literally just move when He tells us to move. It may not look like things are going to happen on our time, right? It may not look like things are going to happen, but as long as you just continue to move, as long as you don't give up, right, on you, and continue to literally plant seeds, water it, give it sunlight. Plant seeds, water it, give it sunlight. And as you continue to do that, you are watering and you are nurturing your own vision. And once you continue to do that, like I say, then God's going to work after you work, right? But you can't expect just to plant the seeds and not do anything. Just be like, okay, well, God's going to handle it. Yeah, He is, but you gotta work with Him. Like, this is not a one-way street. You get what I'm saying? This is a two-way street. Come together. And do that. Point number 3 is going to be find a community, find friends, find family, find somebody that is going to support you, right? You want to find the community, and the best and fastest way that I can say is find your community is going to be on social media. You can pick whatever platform you want, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, it doesn't matter. But you want to find a community. That is literally what I'm doing with Believe Your Vision Community. It's on the school platform, right? School platform is kind of new. But it's helping a lot of entrepreneurs. It's helping a lot of leaders. And me building the B.Y.V community is for, of course, people, leaders, entrepreneurs, people that want to start, their business, people who have already started their business. but to turn their gifts and to turn their purpose and their talents into impact and income. Use what it is that you already have, not for yourself, but to literally help somebody else. That's where, the impact is going to come. And of course, that's where the income is going to come. So you want to naturally create a community. When you build your community, what you're doing is you're actually building trust. People have to trust you before they invest in you. People have to trust you before they start spending money, right? People have to trust you before they start buying your products, right? You're not just gonna go online or you see something, or you see somebody, oh, that's a cute outfit, and you like, okay, let me see where they get this from. And as soon as you click on it, you don't want to just buy it, because you got scammers out here, and sometimes stuff look too good to be true and all that. So you have to build authority. You have to build trust before anybody, right, will be able to buy from you. So start that community. And that's literally why and how I started, building the community for leaders and entrepreneurs, as a way not only to give back, but to help people when it comes to their brand, when it comes to their business. I built a youth mentoring program literally from the ground up. I was in the school system. I started a STEM program for 2 years. After school, I had like 11 kids the first year. The second year, I doubled it. I had like 23. And I was going to do it for a I was going to do it for a third year. And I was like, no, I'm going to branch out and I'm going to do my own. And I end up literally building it from the ground up. But what I'm saying that because all of the time that I did it, when I started the STEM program in the school, I still was preparing myself, right? I had to ensure that I had an outline specifically of my mission, my vision. Why was I starting, this after school program? What results did I want to come from it, right? I literally designed everything. I created the activities, right? I got all of the resources and the tools. We did different fundraisers, like literally created all of that stuff and branched out, did my own. I did a 6-week summer camp STEM and youth mentoring program back in 2025. And that's not the only thing that I've done, right? I've literally have just done so many things, from making candles and from, travel agent and helping people when it comes to travel. Literally, like, from doing t-shirts. Like, I used to have like a self-love t-shirt line, right? Like, literally just have done a lot of things from the ground up. And so I can teach people those things. Now, some people like, well, do you still have those businesses and stuff? And no, I don't, because at the time, those things work for that season. There's a season, there's a time for everything. And so at that time, unfortunately, financially, it wasn't again producing what it was that I needed at the time. So just a lot of stuff going on, and then trying to work 9 to 5. I wasn't able to juggle all of that. However, as far as the youth mentoring program, there are some things that I am still working on separately with that. But I did the 6-week mentoring. I did the 6-week program. And now I'm moving on to another assignment. Now God's moved me and said, okay, hey, that season's done. The assignment's still the same. The assignment is still there. But now we are pivoting B.Y.V. B.Y.V is now more than just a youth mentoring program. B.Y.V is a movement, right? Believe Your Vision is a movement, because the name of the youth program was Believe Your Vision Youth Mentor Program. Now we're moving on to helping adults, right? Helping people, helping His children with the gifts and the skills and the purpose that He has given them to create the impact, to create the income, to literally help and serve the next person. So that's the new assignment, right, that I am on. And it's not to say that I'm not going back, to the youth mentor program, because I still have interactions with them and with the youth as well, just not in the same capacity as I did before. So the fourth point that I want to talk about is focus on the progress, right? You don't need any applause. You don't need any validation. You don't need somebody to sit up here and say, hey, you're doing a good job. You need to know that for you. You need to know that for yourself. Even if nobody shows up, even if nobody claps for you, continue to go anyway. When I initially started the B.Y.V community on a school platform, I had posted it, and I was like, like I was doing videos, doing content to kind of like market it. And I'm like, nobody is like getting into the community. Nobody's getting into the community. And then I had to realize, it's like, I'm not even showing up in my community for myself. Like, I want people to join, but I wasn't consistent, like, with posting different things in the community, right? And so I'm just like, okay, if I want somebody to join this community, I have to be consistent myself. I have to start literally dropping posts, or dropping videos, or dropping different assignments, even if nobody shows up for the next 30 days. Why? Because on day 31, somebody may show up in my community, and then I have all the content, or I have all the posts, and I have all the videos, and I have everything already in the community, because I, right, was still showing up when nobody was in there. So then when somebody does show up, they literally can go back, right, and catch up on all of the things that I've already put in there. I don't have to try to catch up and be like, oh, somebody doing, let me hurry up and post something. I don't have to, because I already did it. You get what I'm saying? So still show up when somebody is not clapping for you. Still show up when literally the room is empty, because that's going to help stretch your faith. That's going to literally help stretch and prepare you. And that's a test to see, like, hey, are you still going to continue to do what it is that, God told you to do, even when nobody shows up, even when nobody likes the post, even when you don't get as many views? Because again, that does not mean that it's wrong. You're literally just, it's the soil, it's the roots underneath the soil, right? You're in the preparation stage, and you have to, go through that at times in order to get to where it is that you want to go. The fifth thing I'm going to say is going to be, remember why you started. Remember why you started. Remember why you started. What is your why? What is your why? Why are you starting this vision? Why are you starting this business? Why are you starting this goal, right? Vision is stronger than validation. So you're going to have people that say, oh, I don't think you should do that. Oh, this is not for you. Or this is not going to work. Or this person is not for you. Or you should just quit and just get a full-time job. You should just forget that and get a part-time job. You should just, right? And it's just like, thank you for the suggestion, right? But I know what it is that God wants me to do, and continue to do that. What is your why? The reason initially why I had started Believe Your Vision was because my motto was always accept the past, future, and the present, right? Small little backstory, just growing up, learning the family dynamic that I grew up in. I had to push past those things, right? Learning that whatever it is that you have gone through in your past, right? Just growing up in a family where, of course, every family, it has different things going on. And I was like, you know what? The family dynamic, let me say, was at times dysfunctional. And I was like, I don't want to grow up and have my kids and have my family and, be in this, dysfunctional, family situation. And I was like, you know what? It doesn't matter what I'm going through now. I can still do what I put my mind to, right? I can still, become successful. I can still become all that God is calling me to be. And that initially was my why. Starting Believe Your Vision. Again, the words, believe your vision. It doesn't matter what you have gone through in your past, what you have gone through when you was younger, what you've gone through in your childhood. As long as you continue to believe your vision, right, and accept your past, accept your present, and move on and use those experiences to fuel your future, then you can do and become any and everything that you want to be. And I wanted to pour that back into, the young people, because young people are going through so much, and not even young people, but adults as well, going through literally so much. But I wanted to, just motivate them. And because some people think, and some children think that, the different things that they're going through at home and with family and with friends, and, the toxic environment. And sometimes children, they can't help what type of environment that they are actually in. And so I wanted to, motivate them, encourage them, to let them know it doesn't matter what you've been through. It doesn't matter what's going on while you're in school. As long as you believe in your vision, believe in yourself, you can do what you want to do. And God had to remind me, like, okay, you're not only just motivating the kids, you're also motivating adults, right? You're motivating everybody, right? And so that's why B.Y.V is more than just the youth mentoring program. It's the movement. It is literally the foundation, and that is my why. So again, just continue to post when nobody's watching. Continue to be you. Continue to be authentic. Once I started posting in the B.Y.V community, I literally went from 0 to now I want to say we have like 10 or 11 members, and I got those 10 and 11 members literally in like 2 days, right? And to somebody else it could be like, oh, 2-3 days, that's nothing, but for me it was something because I had the community literally for like a month or 2 months. I was posting different stuff here and there, wasn't consistent, and nobody joined. But then when I literally start posting in the community consistently, right, even when nobody had joined, then that's when I start getting the people. And it just showed me like, hey, I have to be consistent in myself even when nobody shows up. And so that's the encouragement that I want you to know as well. So yeah. So if you have literally ever felt unsupported while pursuing your vision, okay, let me know in the comments. And like I said, hopefully you can take these 5 different tips to help you, right, when it comes to your vision, when it comes to your goals, when it comes to your business, and let us know, you know, how did you handle it, right, when nobody showed up? Did you stop? Did you quit? Or did you literally continue to move forward? Did you pivot? Right? Because sometimes things don't work, and doesn't necessarily mean that it's a fail, but maybe we just have to pivot, right? And try something a little bit different just to ensure that it does work. So if you haven't already joined the B.Y.V community, please do so. It's for men and women. Make sure that you join that. The link is going to be always in the description or in the link in the bio. It is free to join, but then once you join, there are different tools and resources that you can get started with inside of the classroom, with different business tools. It's basically like a business hub, right, to help you be successful in your business. But make sure that you download the business start checklist. Okay, it's in the community. You have to click on classroom once you get inside, and all of the tools and the resources will be inside there. Okay, if you have any questions, let me know, and until next time, see ya.